Now we're going to begin the new shir. So how many times do we have Yizbayr, the Violet? At least 3. We had Yizbayr in the first column, which was Tanya Perek Dalet. We had Yizbayr in the second column. No, he doesn't say Yizbayr, but he made Nafshi V'Sicha L'Bala as a reference to Tanya Perek Mem Dalet. Then Kamayim Yam L'Chas, which goes to Kamayim upon him is Tanya Perek Mem Vav and Vaiter. And now we have that this Avedas Matanim, which is Yizbayr, this is Tanya Perek Mem at the end. And now we read the shir of Wednesday. Everybody knows time of the Kra, the reason for the pasuk might exist. It says in the pasuk, Kisheva Yipel Tzadik V'Kam. Every tzaddik, and of course the Alter Rebbe learns the Tanya V'Amer Kulam Tzadikim falls 7 times before he gets up. But this is especially true that we fall before we rise when we're talking about people. The human being is moving all the time and not standing still, as opposed to tzaddikim. I'm sorry, it's both the malachim. Malachim are in one place, and shamas l'mayla are in one place, but yet they're constantly moving. And of course, we have to go from one level to another level. It would be wrong to stand on one step always, and not to change. And of course, you're always taking a risk. Between one step and another step. When you've left the old step and you haven't arrived at the new step, what's the bottom line? If you leap off a cliff and you're hoping to land on the opposite side, there's a period when you're hanging over nothing. In between, it's the Yerida, it's the Nefila. If we reach the higher level, you have to forfeit, to give up to secure the earlier level, to have a new level. This is called Yerida Tzedek Aliyah. So therefore, when we talk about a Jew, who's avoida is a schar, we're not talking about them. But an ordinary person who's avoida is taka avoida. You have to grow. And if you're going to grow, you're going to slip. You're going to have ups and downs. When a person falls, doesn't mean he's lost. It's not called a complete collapse. Compared to the earlier level, when you're growing, you're falling. You cannot consider the nefila of a yid who's a serious servant of Hashem, who does his bundles and is holding a madrega of beinani, a nefila compared to everybody else. Because at the very least, he's higher than most people. Why? Simple. Because he's hardoving, he's working hard. Narvaden, relative to where he was earlier, he's fallen. It remains in him a trace from the earlier madrega till he comes to the new level. What's the bottom line? If you are a servant of Hashem and the Eibush does not give you a lukus, the matana, you're going to fluctuate, you're going to have moods. How do you survive the downs? Is the teretz chanech nar al pidarke. How do we survive the bad days? How do we survive when we push it not in the mood? Es will sich nicht daven, es will sich nicht lernen, es will sich nicht trachten wegen dem Eibush. You don't want anything. How do you remain a Jew? Then, here's your childhood, the brainwashing, the ava tmima, the sincere, simple ava. You got the child. That's what carries you. The emunah pshuta, right? But terem shegil madrega tzaddik. If we reach the madrega of tzaddik, and again, tzaddik over here doesn't mean tzaddik mamish. It means beinani. It means evidilikim. What the pasuk says, gam ki yaskim again. When you're a little child, raise him in emunah. Then he's going to get the asking zeshikon chochma. He's going to do his bonus. When you're doing avodas hameich and avodas halev, you're going to have ups and downs. What's going to keep you when you're down? You're emunah when you're child. And you know, this is Heirah, not just for big people. It's a very powerful insight. Bottom line is, we all fall back on our foundation. And you know, one of the most amazing things I was telling some boys yesterday, I learned this with them, that today we have a generation of Bali children who don't have chanech and arapidak gam ki yaskin. So what's their what do they do when they're in a bad mood? What does it nicht? So I said, so they remember their Rebbe, and that's their chanech and arapidak. And one of the boys said, they remembered the beginning of doing tshuva when they were so inspired. That's the chanech and arapidak. But the bottom line is, give little kids a chinuch. That chinuch holds you when you're uninspired. End of Agdama. Ad kan Agdama. The Agdama the two things. The purpose of all the philosophy we're going to be learning in the next 12 prakim is Avat Hashem Yiras Hashem. And number 2, you know what? And you don't have Avat Hashem Yiras Hashem, you can still be a Yid because you were born a Yid. Hine, Reishas Advarim, the most important thing, one of the first things, is that arouse love and fear of the Eibush, and the foundation here, Emunah HaTehera and Emunah, is pure and loyal and dedicated faith. B'yichudi v'achdusi yisbarach v'yisala, in the unity and the oneness of Hashem, blessed be He. So we are now going to delve into Emunah as a foundation for Yediyah, which is a foundation for Avas Hashem and Yiras Hashem, that when we have a weakness in those areas, we're going to fall back on our Emunah. And now begins the Shadich of Emunah.